Are you ready to see one of the most out of control parts of my craft room? Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and I had to zoom out to show you this mess. These are samples of all of the different planner layouts that I offer my shop, and they are kind of all over the place, like literally pushed into nooks and crannies around this room, and it's out of control. And today we're going to organize it, and I thought I would bring you guys along because I think a lot of us have extra planner pages, planner inserts, filler paper, all kinds of fun things. And how do you organize it? How do you put it together? How do you keep it nice? How do you find what you're looking for? So that is what we're going to tackle today. I have a ton of bits and pieces, and we're just going to take a breath and kind of dig in and see how we can make this work. So here's what we're going to do. We have all of these. I have some extra covers. I have some extra dividers from old planners. This is a great way to reuse them. I'm going to pull out a label maker, and we're going to get this organized. Let's do it. Okay, so here's the plan. Here's how we're going to get started. How often do we have a system that we put into place and then we don't maintain the system? That is what has happened here. I do have some of these organized into binders, things like that I can use, but it's not maintained, and it's gotten out of control. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by updating what I already have, and then the things that don't fit in, then we're going to have to create additional spaces for those. So I think that will work. Let's work on that. I'll put you all on fast forward. I'll talk to you about how I plan to update it as we go. Deep breath. We can do this. Here we go. All right, so you all may not have big stacks of planner inserts like I have, or maybe you do. Maybe you have a bunch of different filler papers and extra planners that you have been keeping or collecting for various reasons. It's one of those things that can quickly get out of control. But I think we all have parts of our craft room where we have the best of intentions, and then you turn your head one way and you turn back, and it is crazy. And that's what happened with this. It started out with just a few planet inserts. I could pop them on discs. It wasn't a big deal. Well, then I got busy and then I didn't put them on discs. I just started stacking them up, and then the stacks started falling over. So I just propped them up in a different way. It's kind of a slippery slope situation. Oftentimes we have the very best of intentions when it comes to organizing and setting up systems, but the importance of maintaining your organization systems cannot be overstated. This would not have turned into the multi-hour project it did. Yes, this took me 3 full hours to go through, and I didn't even completely finish every last little thing. It would not have gotten out of control if I had maintained it on a more regular basis. Not a daily basis, probably not even a weekly basis, but I know that I have new inserts that come in pretty much each and every month. So if I had maintained this on a monthly basis, then you're talking 20, 30 minutes instead of multiple hours that I had to work through this situation. All that to say, just because an area is disorganized does not mean that that system is not working for you. This system works really well. I'm using old planner discs, not beautiful ones. In fact, most often mismatched ones. Old planner discs, old planner covers, old planner dividers that I just thought were beautiful, and I'm going to use those to organize these inserts that are still very much functional and very much new. Yes, I would love if all of these matched. I would love if I had the time to create all of these matching covers. I would love if I had the money to invest in all beautiful matching discs, which may happen at some point. I may update it in a few months after the move, whatever the case may be. But using what I have on hand allowed me to organize and improve a section of my craft room, and I didn't have to go spend any money. I think that that is another obstacle that we run into when we're ready to start an organization project. It's we think we have to go buy new things. We need new bins. We need a new shelf. We have to do this or that. And the truth was, I had everything I needed. I just needed to do the actual work. I always say to start with destashing. I'll be completely honest. I did end up destashing because I had doubles of some of these that I did not need. I didn't need that many for samples of my own product, but I didn't destash a whole lot, and I certainly didn't start with the destashing part of this. I had to start just kind of sorting and organizing before I could even tell what I needed to destash. I know so many of you have reached out when I share organization videos. A lot of you reach out and say, my room is hopeless. It's overwhelming. I can't even walk in. Sometimes you just have to start somewhere. It might not be the perfect solution. It might not be the ideal setup. You might not finish it in just a weekend. You just have to start. So let me start by breaking down how I'm planning on organizing these. You've seen what I'm doing, but basically I'm taking the different planner inserts. I'm kind of grouping them a little bit in light categories. So I'm using some of the basic layouts: dashboard, vertical, checklist, quad, some of my go-to layouts. Those are all getting put together, weekly layouts that are kind of the most functional for catch-all and work planners. I'm grouping them together. I'm dividing them with these beautiful dividers that I will be relabeling and just putting them on random discs. This is going to protect them. Instead of keeping them in their original packaging, this will protect them when they're sitting on the shelf. Taking craft items out of their original packaging is almost always the best choice. Leaving it in the packaging just adds bulk, adds obstacles as you kind of have to open up the packaging. Most packaging is not designed to last for very long. None of the plastic that these were wrapped in were designed to last but beyond just shipping and just getting it to your house. So this will be a safer way to organize these. So that's how I'm grouping it. Then I have things like the meal planning and the recipe inserts together. I did all of the bullet journal type inserts together. I kind of organized them like that so it would make sense in my head when I was looking for a specific set of inserts. I will be able to kind of go figure out where those are. What I need to still determine is how to tell what they are when they're all lined up on the shelf. We've all seen planners all lined up vertically on the shelf, and it can be hard to tell what's inside that planner. So that's the solution that I'm going to look for next, is something where I can very easily label on the outside of the planner what it is, not just the cover, but like on the spine of the planner. That's what I'm going to need to be looking for. This was such a process. I'm so thankful that I kept all of these old dividers. I've thought about throwing them out several different times. It's certainly something that takes up space in my craft room, and I can't say that I need all the dividers that I have. However, if it's beautiful, if it's fun, you can use and reuse these dividers, maybe not in your planner, but certainly within other projects. I like to put paper on the back of them. They're serving as dividers that I can just relabel. In this case, you can definitely use them in some different ways. As you can tell, this was a very repetitive and a little bit tedious process. I was just going through stacks and stacks of planner inserts, trying to figure out where they should go, if they fit into systems I already had. Did I need to put together a new planner system? Sometimes organization is just about putting in the elbow grease. Yes, I just turned on some Netflix and I went to work, which is why you see me looking over at my television, just watching and getting the work done. Oftentimes, there's not an easy fix or a magic solution or instant gratification. You have to actually take the time to sort and to organize and to do the work. All right, so this has been a process, getting all of these on rings, figuring out what to keep, what to not keep. Next part of this project is going to be working with the label maker to relabel all of these dividers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely putting you all on time lapse for this. It's going to take a little while. I did decide I'm not going to continue putting the labels on the front because I think things are going to shift around. I don't know that this is the final solution, if I'm being completely honest. Having them on discs is the final solution, but I think I will be changing out covers, changing things up. So this is going to work. The dividers are going to work. We just have to label. Let's do that. All right, so this was a long process. Anytime I had a new label, I printed out 3 copies of it because I have these inserts in triplicate, usually in the venti, grande, and tall sizes. So I knew I was going to need additional ones. I typed it all in. I printed them out on white label paper. This is my P Touch Embellish label maker. It is a very fancy label maker for crafters because you can print on ribbon and you can print in color and you can do all kinds of things, which is amazing. But I tend to use it just as your average everyday label maker. So if you are trying to get things organized, A, you definitely need labels, and B, you don't need a fancy machine. Just buy inexpensive one on Amazon or Target or Walmart, whatever the case may be. Just buy an affordable one that comes with plenty of tape, because labels will help you out so much. In this case, I had all those things in discs before, but I had never thought to label dividers. I had some labels on the front, which generally were not super helpful. Like I said, I need some system for labeling on the side, but I had never thought to put dividers. Sometimes organization takes different phases. Sure, getting it on discs was a phase that was a great choice to do. Then I realized, you know what? I need something else. I need dividers. So now I'm using the dividers. Now I already know there needs to be an additional phase. I have some other changes I want to make to this system. But that being said, it takes some time. Rarely have I found the perfect solution for an organization issue on the first try. Anytime you're organizing, but especially in your craft room, it is certainly a trial by fire process, meaning you got to try something, see if it works. If it doesn't, try something different the next time around. It's an ever evolving thing because the way you use your supplies is different, the way you want your room organized is different. You can't just get stuck in one method. You have to keep your mind open to trying some of the different types of organizing systems. This system is going to work. The discs are going to work. The dividers are going to work. I just need to consider the covers and perhaps upgrading to something that matches a little bit more later on. But why would I spend money buying all those supplies before I know for sure that this is the system I want to keep? All right, so as you watch me work to finish these labels, if I'm not lying, it took me well over an hour to get all of these labeled. It was crazy. But as you watch me work, I'm wondering, what is it in your craft room that really needs your attention? What area, what supply just needs you to sit down and do the work of sorting and categorizing and decluttering and organizing? Is it your paper? Is it your stickers? Is it your planner inserts? Do you have a big old pile of planner inserts like I do? Let me know down in the comments below, and spend some time looking at what other people are organizing. If you have suggestions, I love when you all share those. There's some amazing crafters in this community that have wonderful suggestions to share. So help each other out, and let's really work together to get this space organized. As we are coming to an end, I am going to show you the finished product, but I wanted to remind you that the month of March over on Patreon is all about springing into organizations. We have weekly spring cleaning challenges that are printables that you can print out and put in your planner. We are working all month to get organized. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife. Never too late to join us. All right. Let's wrap this up. Let's see what the finished product looks like. My goodness, this has been a much bigger project than I first imagined, but some real progress has been made. I think it's a good reminder that when you're trying to organize, it doesn't all necessarily come together perfectly right from the start. Sometimes you have phases, and I feel like that's what is happening now. This is a great phase one for getting all of this organized. Is it the perfect solution? I don't know, but it is much better than what I had. And now I have somewhere to kind of build from, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this kind of inspired you to get a part of your craft room organized, even if it feels daunting, even if it feels overwhelming. Definitely worth it in the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. And I hope that all of you have a fabulous day. As always, keep it creative.